And we're back! I'm Jason.
I'm Mary.
And we're the Wayward Saga. In this week's episode, we travel to the mystical Aran Islands in Ireland. So come along with us, and at the very end, we've got a big announcement. Our journey began in Dun Aonghasa. Catching an early morning bus to avoid crowds, we made our way down the wild Atlantic Way towards Galway and the Aran Islands. Our plan was to sail to Inishmore, the largest of the three islands. The ferry from Rossaveel to Kilronan takes about an hour and a half and is almost always on rough seas. Arriving in Kilronan, a town that Mary and I had both lived and worked in before, was exciting. We had missed this tiny little town with its quirky character and fun pubs. The town itself only has a population of about 250 people, and almost half speak Irish daily. We found our Airbnb near the highest point of the island, so hauling luggage up and down the hill was loads of fun, as you can imagine. Our goal was to explore the two most prominent ancient Celtic forts that dotted the island, Dun Aonghasa and Dun Aonghasa. Here we are at Dun Aonghasa on Inishmore. It's basically in the very center of the island. You have to climb up this massive hill. It's an ancient Celtic fort built between 550 and 700 AD. Incredibly defensible, just way up here on this hill. Absolutely rugged conditions. Huge steep hill on its way up here. And if you look in the distance, right there, that's the Cliffs of Moher. Which is amazing. I've never actually seen it on such a clear day like this. Here at the megalithic site of Dun Aonghasa, we have found ourselves in the middle of a druidic Celtic fort. Up a big f***ing hill. So we're leaving Dun Aonghasa now. What an amazing place. Super high up here. In the middle of nowhere on Inishmore. Crazy rugged road. We have to walk downhill now, which is great because uphill sucked. This is amazing. seen this? I'm not sure if you can tell from that video or not, but the angle is like this. It's pretty crazy. It's like one of the coolest views we've seen all year. So here we are at Dun Aonghasa, an ancient Iron Age stone fort built around 800 BC, and it's one of the finest examples of Celtic forts here in Ireland, and it's still very well preserved. All of these walls are pretty much the way that they left them, but with just a few minor repairs. Walking to the top of the fort, you can see an impressive example of the defenses of the fort. A system of stone slabs placed upright called a chevaux de frise. It was a devastating way of impeding intruders from invasion. Just a typical day. And just like that, our time was up on Inishmore, and we hopped back on the ferry. It was a sad parting, but we know that we'll be back, as it's a place we continue to visit through the years. Alright, that's this week's episode, guys. And as you know, it wasn't a week later until our next video had come out. It's actually been about 10 months. So a ton has passed between now and then, and that leads us to this week's big update. Dun da da da!
I'm pregnant!
Mary is 7 months pregnant. We're expecting a baby girl in October, and we're super excited. Everything's gonna change. It's gonna totally rewrite our script. We're gonna have to make some pretty serious plans on what the next move is. But for now, we're in a really good spot up in Scotland, and we'll catch up with videos to show you guys how we got here a little bit down the road. But in the meantime, we're just living life and trying to be creative and working and saving and getting ready for this big new change in our lives. So come along with us, guys. We're the Wayward Saga.